Hope you guys are having a great Star Trek Saturday. Today we're looking at one of the classic Star Trek figures made by Playmates, but made several years later. This is not one of the ones made in the 90s. This was made in or produced for 2022. And it is very much like the original as far as the size, but the articulation was updated. I wish they would have kept doing this. I don't particularly care for this particular figure. That's why he's the last one I bought all of these. I bought Spock almost right away. Like I waited till they went, like I couldn't find them at first. Whenever I go out of town, I go to these places called Target, and for some reason they had them on clearance for $5. And I was like, oh my gosh, I came at the right time. They had these two figures. I grabbed both of them because they were cheaper than buying just one of them originally. And we didn't have of these at like our Walmart small. It's just really small. All right, so for the Star Trek movie series, we got galactic accessories. Inside, he'll have a Starfleet phaser. This is a standard weapon issued by Starfleet. The phaser is capable of generating immense energy waves to annihilate a target. I wonder what the range and the amount of energy it can produce is. All right, a bowl of seti eels. If you've seen the movie, this is one of the reasons that everybody loves this movie, and I particularly didn't care for it as much. I like the fourth movie. Seti eels grow inside humanoid brains and inhabit the willpower, which lets Khan control his victims. It was disgusting, very disgusting. All right, Genesis control box. Oh, and by the way, in this one, everybody was wearing red suits. So you're like, which one's going to die? It was so confusing. All right, stolen by Khan, the control box. This is used to target and detonate the Genesis device. Okay. Starfleet action base. So even though he's not a Starfleet member, he has a Starfleet emblem for his base. Stand him up or plug into the base. Oh, well, I got the cloth out here, so I don't know if I can stand him up on this. Khan is always ready for action. Okay, subject, Khan Noonian Singh. I always thought it was Noonian Singh Khan. Human augment. He was, honestly, it's one of the interesting things about these. I feel like they were unfairly targeted just because they were made into weapons. And this was actually touched on again in Sequest. I swear the people who made Sequest were making Star Trek underwater, but they had the same thing in the second season with the one guy that's on their ship that's basically their janitor, and he's one of those creatures that, or whatever, he's a manufactured human being with super strength and all that other stuff. Assignment: he was exiled to City Alpha 5, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, seeking vengeance on James T. Kirk, superhuman tyrant. Khan hijacks the starship, steals the Genesis device, and sets a deadly trap for the crew of the Enterprise. Oh, God. I didn't see this before. The QR code for parents only. No child is going to buy this. Let's be honest. Everybody who comes to my channel for Star Trek are definitely adults, and probably all my age and older, because only people my age would actually know anything about this. And I know kids can watch movies like reruns and stuff, or what is it called, Netflix, but I don't know. I mean, let me know if your kids actually like Star Trek, because yeah, I don't know any kids, so I don't know. I don't have a clue. I just know that it's my age, my people, and everything else. Oh, before we also open it, it's assortment 63130. This item number is 63150, and there's a lot of wind coming, and it's the 40th year for Star Trek. Oh my gosh, they got that little bug right there, the whatever you want to call those little creatures. I just read it. I know I can't remember. My memory span is like, what is it called? All right, so coming out of the package, we're going to have his base come out right away. We got this, which I think this is part of the, oh, it's the thing you have to pull the little things out with the under the stand. And I remember, like, it's been so while. Let me turn this down so you can actually see what the heck I'm doing. Here's the Seti eels, and of course you want to handle them with care. So he pulls them out of the, I can't remember if it was out of the sand or if it was out of some animal. It seems like it was both. He pulled them out and then he put them in the bowl, and then he was starting to put them into the guy's ear, his helmet, and then put on his head. Okay. I just thought it was very gross, very disgusting. We got the phaser, which was obviously what Chekhov and the guy who died, so who knows what his name was. Then here's the hollow plastic device. It has no stickers. Of course, this is like the Playmates of the 90s, which they didn't do any of that stuff. Although I feel like they did at the beginning, but then they stopped doing it. So I really feel like they should have added a little bit of paint or stickers for these console pieces, because there's nothing here. It just looks like a block of gray plastic. It definitely needs some paint and maybe some stickers here, here, and here. Other than that, a little bit of paint here and there, like maybe a red thing. I don't know what color it's supposed to be. So yeah, definitely need some color. To get him out, I'm going to use something ingenious. All right, let me see if I can do it from this angle. Using fingernail clippers or toenail clippers. I call these male fingernail clippers because we have fatter fingers. See, if you put it like that, women aren't offended. Women may be offended if you say bigger. They're, oh, thanks. This guy's mean. You think you're bigger. Well, we are fatter. Is that what you want me to say? There we go. All right, let's get him out of the package. All right, mine has a side glance. I'm not sure why. He's looking at something to the left of him. All right, so his head, it barely moves because he has that hair, and the hair is fairly stiff. I mean, it's not like Polly Pocket plastic. I mean, it's pretty stiff. His armpit action, he has it going up to here, 360 degrees. Let's see, his arm is a little stiff at first, but it bends a full 90 degrees, and it goes around like a bicep swivel. His hands, now these hands are really strange though. They're on some kind of weird ball joint, but they don't, like, you can take them off, and I'm afraid to because I'm afraid I might break this one because I don't know if it's meant to. But he's on some kind of weird ball joint. It's not, I guess it's better than the original ones because they didn't have any joints here as far as I can remember. I should probably grab one of those and do a comparison. Now he is missing the joint right here, which is the older ones. I think they all had that. But here's what I really like, this part right here. And now you're like, why are you pointing to that? And so you like that. Okay, look, the crotch, the original one's the V crotch on all of them, pretty much all of them. I hate the V crotch. The T crotch is annoying. The V crotch is much worse. It's like when I was a kid, I was at the nursery and I remember these dolls, these baby dolls. Every time you set them down, they spread their legs. I'm going, that's not very ladylike. Now these, you can sit them down and they can put their knees together. Pretty much close as you can get a guy to put his knees together. Because they have a ball crotch, and that is so much better. So, I mean, Playmates, if you want to make more of these, feel free. I don't think they did because people are probably over it. People my age were like, I'm good. I got what I got. I'm good with it. And that's the way I felt at first, honestly. I was like, make something new. Make something we haven't gotten before, or drastically improve it. Make them look a lot better. Now, I think this one probably does look better. The head doesn't seem bigger than the body. Now, that's one thing I didn't have a complaint about. But I did notice with the original figures that all their heads were out of scale with their bodies. When they made them into the 6-inch scale, at first I was like, well, at least they look right because the heads are probably the same heads they use on the 4.5-inch figures. Oh, I did bring it out here. Okay, good. I was going to measure him. So to the rest of the world, he's 13 centimeters tall. In American terms, he is just over 5 inches tall. So I say 4.5 inches. I guess it's really 5 inches. So he's about 5-inch figure. And that's fine with me because I have the play sets. I have the bridge play set for Next Generation. You need to make one for the original series, or at least for the movies. That would be kind of cool. All right, so let me go back to his articulation. He's got a ball crotch here. He doesn't have a thigh swivel, but this here makes up for that thigh swivel. He has a full 90 degrees here, and it appears, yep, he does. It was just stiff because of the paint. He's got a lot of paint apps. His foot has a little bit of it twists back and forth, but I'm glad they had this to limit it because I hate whenever the figures, bend too far one way or the other for the feet. It does have some up and down. Now, I'm a little bit afraid to bend these things too far because sometimes they snap. Oh, I bet he rides a skateboard. I'm not inside because it's such a beautiful day, but I do remember the Star Trek figures had the big enough feet to ride the skateboards for Hot Wheels. Not Hot Wheels skates, but the Hot Wheels cars, diecast. So here he is on the stand, which he stands just fine. It says the standing without the stand. I don't think he'll do it on this, but maybe he'll do it on this right here since it's more flat. Oh my gosh, he stands just fine. I mean, I didn't have to fidget or anything. I just put him down. That's freaking amazing. Now, the original ones stand pretty good too, but that's because that V crotch kind of limits their ability to do anything. But his articulation's way better than the original 90s. Now, if you had this original figure in the 90s, good. I'd love to hear from you if you thought this. If you have both of these, I would love to hear from you, especially if you think this is an improvement, or maybe you like the original one better. Sometimes I'm like, man, they got too much articulation in modern figures. Like I don't particularly care about the ankle, but you know, it can help to stand him or something like that. But he stands fantastically well. I'm just really shocked. Normally figures won't stand that easily. You have to use a stand for most of them. Now I'm sure that if you want to put him on your shelf and you're like, if you live in a house that's as old as mine is made in 1958, and you walk through the house, you're going to need a stand or two to keep his feet, keep him from falling off your shelf. That's why nothing goes on my shelves. That's one reason. Plus I have cats. That's the other reason. So let's see if we can get his gun in his hand, or his phaser weapon. His freaking phaser weapon. It goes in just fine. Yeah, it goes in nice and sturdy. Let's see if we got this piece. Yep, he can have a barbecue now. And it's like yum, 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 bloodworms. And this device, again, I think it could have used some stickers or paint. That would be great. So let me know in the comments again if you have the original figure. I don't know if I do. I don't think I did. I had a lot of them and I don't know where they are now. I hope I still got them, because I try to keep all my Star Trek stuff. I do really love the older Star Trek stuff. And I didn't, when they went up to 8 inches, I didn't like those as much. They were too skinny and stiff looking. These are fantastic. I'm really glad I found this one. So I got this one from a place called Super Deals, and it was $7.99. Like I said, I got the other ones for $5, but I don't think I saw him at that time. So thank you to Super Deals for carrying just random stuff like this one. And thank you for those who are watching. And I hope you have a very excellent day, and live long and perspire.